Having been around the political news media now for the best part of 2 decades, I thought I'd use this sordid bag of what looks like red piss to explain what's actually happening with Rwanda. Boris Johnson, as you will recall, said after the no confidence vote he wanted the news agenda to move on. He wanted to move on to the business of running the country. And that will have been the task that he gave to his comms team. Now, what better device than Rwanda? It appeals to his populist base. It certainly moves the story on from Partygate and no confidence votes. And it starts people talking about Rwanda and only Rwanda. And all of a sudden, if this bag represents the entire news media, like all the space that there is on the ITV headline news or in the Daily Mail or the BBC headlines, if this is all of the capacity of the news media and you start talking about Rwanda, you basically get everybody talking about Rwanda. And what could be more perfect? Because it comes with some great pictures. You've got protesters gluing themselves to the runway at Heathrow. You've got all of Labour up in arms. Typically, you've got the Church of England, who should be doing things like getting on with religious matters, putting in their opinion. You've got people with placards saying, "Not in my name." And all of a sudden, everybody is talking about 7 people on a plane to Rwanda. They could be paid actors for all we know. But one thing we're not talking about is Partygate or a no confidence vote. And we're also not talking about much more difficult things like the huge rate of inflation that people are facing, the fact that most British people can't afford to refuel their family car, and that very soon in this country, people will not be able to afford to heat their homes or pay back their mortgages and will have nowhere to live. So just by using the simple device of Rwanda and getting everybody to talk about it and be outraged, there's simply no space in the media agenda for anyone to be talking about anything else. And that's exactly what Boris Johnson tasked his communications team with. And no doubt they're raising a beer whilst laughing to themselves about just how clever they've been.